They sell instead of on the roll, they have little baskets full of material.
And I've got them.
It's this fancy.
Can you pass me that
meant for people who do quilters, quilting fabric.
That's like that. You can buy that, so they can buy 10, or if they don't want to do it. They're called flat fats. That's what they call them, flat fats.
My mum sent us round the garment district at New York looking for big ones there.
Yeah. So they can use that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to cut out. There's fabric there that can go with your bag. If you want to do the pockets with the batik, you need the pocket piece. You can do 1 or 2 pockets, so the directions are on each piece. You need 4 pieces of the bag. I've already cut out 2 of my bag because that's 1/2 of it. Because what you're doing is making 2 halves and then putting it together, and then the final step is zigzagging all the edges together. So you don't need to zigzag the pieces separately before. So what we're going to do is I'll have a blue pen, one of those marking pens, please. Blue pen. This is going to be my other side of my bag. So I'm taking the body of the bag and I'm going to cut it out twice. I've already cut out once. You will get a strap and the body pieces of the bag out of one piece of batik. All right? If they want to do it the other way, they can swap it around, but they must have 4 pieces of the bag. 2 of them are lining and 2 are the outside. So what I teach the students is to put it parallel to the selvage, which is over here. Teach them about finished edge. Put it down. Use these or the chalk. You can put it on side. You can put that like that, and you just draw around it, which I've already done. Then I don't let the students cut out anything till I have checked it. So it's really important that you check it and get them to work in pairs so that their friend is putting their name and labelling it pocket. So I work in pairs, so they cut it all out and they do that. So this is the body of the bag. I'm put just body, and I put my initials or their name on it, and they've got to do it 4 pieces for the body of the bag, 1, 2, so on both sides. So, and keep their plastic bag with them, which they've all got. To cut, they must put their hand on there, on the fabric, and it must be flat. These are I brought these down for us, but see how, and the students are really having trouble. I have some multi-handled scissors, which are meant to be what we used to have as left-handed scissors. I have now 2 pairs of those I'll share with you. Take that and turn it. Make sure, the trick is to keep it flat and not go like that and not sort of little bits. So using the blade and making sure. So what I like to do is get them to do their license. Then I give them a demonstration of how to cut the bag out, and as they finish their license, they stick it into their books, and then we start cutting out. I work with pairs, and if they're not on the machines, you can use the sides down around the room. It depends on your rooming, and if you're in 2 different rooms like I am at the moment, I do my cutting out in BO2 and other classrooms and do this constant. So there's 2 sides of my bag. I then would cut out my straps. Now with your straps, if it's long handled, you can put it down like that. Some of these are too long for some of the students. This is just a spare piece. I've left the really good pieces for you people. But you can put it across like that and fold it out, and that will give you 1 long strap. You need 2, so you'd have to cut 2. This you need 2 of. The pocket, if they have 1 pocket, only cut 1 piece. If they have 2, cut cut it on double fabric. So it's quite clear what it says there, and you just do it the same way you could trace everything. Do all your cutting out at once. It's really easy, and you then make sure they put it in their bags. Encourage students to keep scraps because that needs to go on their mood board. How far can I? Oh, sorry. To cut this is Pellon, and this is the most expensive part of the bag, and we really need to look after it. We're having trouble getting some at the moment. This is all we have left. I might have to go and buy some, but show them, feel them. There's a rough side and a smooth side. That's the sticky side. That must go down, and it's really important. This, we need to watch how they cut it. If I put that there, that's too level. I'm now going to trace around it again. This is going to give me 4 handles. So this is 2 students. So again, if that's, you don't put it there, you turn this around and do it like this. So cutting it nice and flat, making sure that they're concentrating on the job, not looking around, because if they muck it up cutting it out, it's really difficult. We've got to piece it together. Now, that's this bit. That is 2 students' handles. I'm now going to look at it, and I'm going to cut down the middle. So into their plastic bag, they'll have all their pieces of the bag, and they'll have 2 handle bits. So that's 2, 1 person, and that's for another pair. If they're doing a long handle, cut 1 piece of this. I'm not going to cut it. Put it there, right? And just draw the line and cut it and open it out and then cut the whole length. And that is only for 1 person. So they need 2 bits, half a width of a handle per bag if they're doing short handles. All right. I have gone ahead and I've cut my handles out, and I've got to this stage. Here it is. With the handles, and I need to move, Tracy. Can I move? I want to go to the iron. Is that? Make sure it's not caught up. With the handle, we're going to, each handle, whether it's long or short, they've got their name on it, so name on every piece. We're going to iron it along the length. That's okay. Right, if they've got the tape on it, leave the tape on the outside, press it in half, and pressing goes after every stage, like that. Right. Then take this and get them to check it. That is your guide. It lies down the middle, and it's that step up there, over there. So it's the glue side is down. It's really important we don't muck up there. And using the iron, if you're watching what I'm doing, I'm using a wiggle action and pressure. So I've got the glue side down, and I'm going to go right along a couple of times like that. There's your guide. So you do that at the beginning. That's your first step. Then I'm going to turn the edges in like that 1.5. This is all on your sheet. In like that. Then that's like that. Then we go like this. So that gives them the ergonomics in the padded. We're only padding the straps because of the cost of the Pellon, and because I found that with time constraints and the use of the iron, it worked really well. Then I press. So pressing is really important, and hot steam irons. Turn the irons off when they're finished with it and unplug at the end of lesson. That's like that. Then I'm going to use some pins. Can you pass me those pins? I put the nice head ones out for you. Thank you, Brendan. Because they're easier for us to use. And I am. And we actually have to teach students how to pin. I drill my students in pinning right to left because then it suits the sewing machine. And they're going to pin down that open side. I actually say 4 or 5 pins depending on the strap. And notice how I'm pinning right to left. So then it's right to go into the machine. So we sew. We're then going to sew right close to this edge and this edge. And again, I'm going to use the foot.